Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you can click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. Look at this beautiful scenery. Ice-capped mountain up there to the right. I gotta wait till I get another shot of it. Maybe when I go around this curve down here. It is absolutely beautiful. Next exit. There she blows. My goodness. I thought two-stack jacks was bad. This is a sardine situation. Looking for Volvos. Probably better to jump across the roofs. I see a Volvo up there, so I know there's Volvos out here. But I don't see no 850s yet. Good Lord. They had Volvos out here. They've been out here for 20 years. Ain't nothing left on them. Good Lord. Anybody see any Volvos? Ah, here's two Volvos. A lot of spiders. 3 Volvos, 4 Volvos. Yeah, there's a couple of Volvos over here. Let me see if I can find any parts I need. Spider that is, but there's 1,000 of them out here. Big old spiders. I gotta get out of here. What's my quickest way out? Jeez Louise. That's white, and that's platinum. Down here at a salvage yard. Man, it is tough doing salvage yards out here. They got cars all scattered together on the ground. I don't know, man. I don't know how you guys do this. This does not work for me. Supposed to be an 850 back here somewhere. I'm trying to get back here and take a look at it. I think that's it there. Looked like it was a 93. And they pulled the engine and trans out. It's supposed to have been a manual. Just cut it and go. Cut the cables off, cut everything off, snatch it out of there and go. Yeah, and there's a needle there. For those of you who like to shoot up while you're out here. Huh. Not sure what happened here. The shifter boot is, I guess, pretty much destroyed. pedal assemblies here. I could take the pedal and the shifter assembly and leave the rest of the stuff. It didn't even have a deep pocket. The 93s didn't have a deep pouch. Okay then. That explains that. Now, let me think if I want to get this shifter assembly. I got one that the knob's been eaten off. And then here's the pedal assembly. That may be something to grab. Man, I don't know what would have done that. Angry Bird, maybe. 93 or a 94. Took the ball joint apart on the control arms. They're still there, but this thing is on the ground. Alright, let me think about that. And I heard there's another 850 out here somewhere that has been placed in a restricted area. Restricted from the general public. If you want something from it, you gotta make an appointment. They'll pull it and get it to you. Let me get out of here and get to work. Time for me to get to work on restoring this platinum wagon. It's got a dent here. I think can be pulled by the dentless paint repair people. That'll probably be perfect. I got a fender in there that I'm gonna need a rivet gun to get put in properly, because I'm gonna replace this fender. It's got a crinkle and crack there. I don't know that it'll be any easier to get that fixed other than replace the fender. This pinstripe will be hard to replace, and it seems like there's some gold stuff laid on top of this other pinstripe. So maybe somebody can find some of this gold stuff and lay it on there, or redo this side, or redo the whole car pinstripe wise. I also need the oil pan on here and the subframe. I got a support bar from Harbor Freight to do that. I need to do this rear shock on this side as well as the shock mount and a few other things. But the AC is acting really wacky in here. We think it might be the fan power stage. So I'm going to clear all this stuff out and replace that fan resistor and see if that helps before I do anything else, because I need to shut this car off, let this oil pan sit 24 hours or so it could drain all of the oil down off the engine. So when I drop that oil pan, it won't be hard to get that thing back up. It'll be dry and everything like that. So I also need to get a little rolling pan. I forgot to get that. So let me go ahead, clear this out, replace this fan resistor, see if that fixes my AC problem. Because yesterday the AC only worked for the last couple of hours of my drive. The hottest part of the day it didn't work. Let me get on that. My host didn't think he had a toolkit sufficient to work with, so he had me pick one up for him. So I got this from Home Depot. I don't like buying toolkits that has metric and SAE, but that's all they had. So I got those and those. Hopefully I can get everything I need to get done with them. I read the error codes with the VST and it indicated this is probably bad. So I had a spare one. I'm going to put this one in, see if I can get this air conditioner to work right. I disconnected the wire, I pulled the glove box, I pulled the knee bolster thing, and I'm going to slide it out, slide this one in. They got different W numbers on them. This one is W507, that one's W535. I don't think that matters. The part number, 99B10322. That's different as well. So let's see what happens. Took a little bit of maneuvering to get it in and out. You may want to unplug that cable there. You definitely want to unplug this little temp sensor down here. But I got it out and back in. Now I'm going to fire up the car and see if this air just cuts on when I flip the switch on, instead of taking forever. I was also getting intermittent fan not working. Got the car started. Let's go ahead and switch it to auto and see if this thing cuts on. AC cut on immediately. And the fan cut on immediately. I'm gonna cut it back off, see if it cuts off. So it worked great in auto. Let me check the manual fan setting. Make sure it comes on in the manual fan setting as well. Came on immediately. We might be good to go on the AC repair. Now I have a blend door motor on this driver's side that's stuck to the heat position, so I need to try to replace that. I look under here, I see this heater core's been replaced, not sure the brand. I'm gonna try to see from the other side. But the power amp's been removed and the stereo's not working. I wonder if they didn't plug the stereo back up properly. But let me get under here, see what blend door motor may be bad. It's the one that closes off the heating of the thing. So I'm gonna unplug it, plug it into the blend door motor I got, run it through the cycle, make sure it works, and then try to get this thing installed. I'm down here and I'm pretty sure this blend door motor down here against this box is the one that controls the heat. So I'm gonna unplug it, but I'm gonna get this out of the way. So I'm gonna pull that screw there, get that out of the way, and I'll have access to that blend door motor. I don't want to jack this up trying to get to that. I had an issue with this car not holding cruise properly. I think that little arm up here is not in the proper position. So I got to do the firewall junction on this car. So I'm probably going to pull that and make sure that's in the right position compared to the other vehicle. Now I got that blend door motor unplugged. I got it plugged into this one. I'm going to start the car and run my temperature through. Make sure that shaft moves, and if it does, I'm going to swap that motor out. I got the motor plugged up. Now I'm going to change the temperature to full cold over here. And it did jerk. Didn't move far though. Got the climate control on. Let me turn that to full hot, see if it moves around. Yep, there it goes. Going to full hot. So that's the one I need to replace. Let me go ahead back to a neutral setting and disconnect that motor up there, try to get that in a decent position so that it works. I think when I unplug that motor, that thing will probably fall to a closed position. So I'm gonna take this thing, I will see where it's at. I'm not sure if it'll fall full closed or full open. I'll try to open it and close it, see what happens. I put a flat tip screwdriver in there. I turned it clockwise. That put it to full hot. I turned it counterclockwise and full cold came out of the vent. So I turned the temperature knob on this motor to full cold. Now it should plug in just fine and work properly. Cut the system back on to test it. Fan didn't cut on again. So I plugged in another fan. It worked immediately, seemed to blow a lot better. So I'm gonna swap the fan out now. Maybe that fan resistor wasn't bad. Maybe it was a fan. So let's go ahead and start it up, see if it works properly now. It's on off. I do have blinking lights, there's codes in the system. Put it on. Fan kicked on immediately. And I'm blowing cold air on both sides. Let me turn this to heat, make sure it goes to heat. And it's gone to heat. Well, maybe not. Still blowing cold. Wonder if I got the motor plugged in properly. It's cold. Going full hot. It's gone warm but not full hot. So let me scan it, maybe calibrate it. Yeah, it's warm but it's not full hot. It's reporting 2 codes in the climate control. Shutter motor, I just replaced that. power stage. I replaced that. So let me clear those codes. See if they come back. Could have been the fan not kicking on, causing that power stage to give a code. Not erased, fault still exists. So let me hit exit. See what fault they say still exists. Shutter motor. Let me make sure I plug that in. Maybe I didn't plug it in. Well, there you have it. I didn't have it plugged in, so I had a placebo effect going on, thinking it was warming up when I was testing it. Alright, let's clear it now. Alright, let's test it now, see what we got. Run that thing full hot, and man, I got heat. Run that thing full cold, and it's cold. Ice cold. We should be good to go on this climate control. I'm gonna button this up and move on to the next job. Shouldn't have to cut this car on no more. And I'm gonna test these lights and get all these things working, and then I'm gonna close up this dash because this dash is still loose. I don't have ABX and tracks light warning. I don't have something that goes up here, and I don't have the two things down there. Let me see what those are. Up top, I'm missing the parking brake. I'm missing the ABS. I'm missing the low coolant, which is critical, and I'm missing the tracks. So I'm gonna go unplug that ABS unit, see if I can get those to come on. Then over here, I think you gotta actually have these on to get those lights light up. See, we got rear fog, brights, and I gotta figure out what the lower ones are and the ones in the corner. Time to test the sunroof. For some reason, the previous owner thought something was wrong with the sunroof. I have another sunroof assembly in the car, so let me test it, see if I could see if something's wrong with it, and if so, replace it, because I'm getting ready to drop the headliner. It appears that the sunroof is fine. Now, what wasn't fine was those two pieces of the sunroof was jammed back in there. So when the sunroof tried to go back, it hit those plastic pieces. And the shade here wasn't properly installed, so that was jamming up in there as well. I'm gonna take me a little lunch break and put this sunroof shade in, put the glass in, then see if the sunroof will work right, and then tear this headliner out so I can replace it. Sunroof working fine. It stops before it gets all the way back though. Then I can let the button go the rest of the way back. Closes all the way. It has some stuff jammed down into the assembly. And then it opens up vents in the back. I'll check to see if the other one works any better, since I'll have the headliner down, but this one works fine to me. Man, this camera is struggling. I'm bringing my other phone tomorrow. But I am wrapping up today, trimming out this headliner. The folks here at this shop helped me get this material on here. Man, it is looking pretty good. So I'm gonna finish trimming this out, clean up my mess here, lock everything I need up in the car, take what I need to ship, put it in that car, and get out of here. So I probably got about 10-15 minutes and I'll be out of here. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.